Have we been good, my spooky pickles? Have we been behaving? Because it's not too long now that Santa's going to come. And even shorter still that Krampus will be here. Because Krampus doesn't come on the 25th of December, no. He comes on the 5th of December. You know, so Santa just doesn't have to waste his time crossing naughty kids off his list. Krampus might just dispose of you for him. I told you, some Christmas things was coming, and it's going to be weird because this is my channel. Today we're talking about Krampus. Hooray! I told you, some cool Christmas stuff coming. Krampus is the German word for claw. And he's like a half goat, half demon creature. He is said to be the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. So that's pretty cool. I can't find any definitive facts on that, but that's just what I found in my research. I have lots of research. Look at my massive... Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So if I keep looking, it's because I'm reading my massive book. But yeah. So he comes on the 5th of December. And I think it was said that Santa and Krampus would both come on the 5th of December. Pardon me. A long time ago, before everything got changed and the church tried to rename and remake holidays. It was originally the 5th of December. I think St. Nick and Krampus would come. So obviously we all know, if Santa comes, hooray, good things are going to happen. You might get something nice in your stocking, or a present, or something nice. You're going to get something pleasant. If Krampus turns, one of a few things could happen. I'm going to go from least bad to the worst, in that order. So, the least terrible thing that could happen is that he might beat you with sticks and birch branches. Seems pretty fair. If you've been a really naughty kid, you know, you've been warned. You were warned. If you was really particularly naughty, though, he might eat you. Sorry to say. And then the next option is he might just drag you to hell. And I couldn't find, and there was no mention of anywhere, whether or not you come back from hell, you stay in hell, what happens to you in hell, just drags you to hell. I wouldn't take that chance. So, my spooky pickles, be nice. Because we don't want Krampus to drag us to hell. Or eat us. We don't know if it's going to be one big bite like a python. Could be horribly slow. We don't know. Doesn't sound pleasant to me. Nor do I want to be beaten with birch branches either. That just doesn't sound pleasant to me. If you're into that kind of thing, I ain't judging you. But, you know, who's to say what he thinks is really naughty and just a bit cheeky and mischievous? Gauge it for yourselves. Also, he has these like little evil elves, and there probably is a German word for it that we all know. If I was to find it, I wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyway. So I'm just going to say evil elves or minions. I can't find the names for them. Apparently they do have their own separate names, and I lost the page I found the information on, and I can't find it anywhere else again, so I'm sorry. If anyone knows it, leave it in the comments for me, please, because I actually do want to know, and I keep trying to find it, and I've lost this page forever, apparently. But they sort of like Santa's elves, but the opposite. So they'll like keep an eye out on naughty kids and report back to Krampus. They'll spy for him. Some of them steal meat off hooks, apparently. But yeah, some will sort of torment and torture the naughty kids. And some, I think this is the least bad of all the options of things that they might do, is they might leave a potato in your shoe. I like carbs, I like potatoes, so I don't see the downside in that. But how do you gauge if you've just been cheeky and mischievous enough to get a potato? Or get beaten with birch branches, and on the very lowest down on the list, I don't want to be eaten or dragged to hell, so I just buy my own potatoes. I think that's the lesson for me. So yes, so of course the Catholic Church tried to stop him. They tried to ban him, but you can't ban things like this. It's like an anthropomorphic being that is an oral tradition and now is written down because we have technology to write things down, and the internet and this wonderful channel that conveys all this magnificent information to you. So yeah, it won't be banned, and he surged again in popularity in like the 20th century. Because I think like oral traditions and tales, especially like folkloric thing, like traditions and lessons, and I think because the Brothers Grimm made certain things so popular, it sort of just becomes part of that whole thing, that whole folklore, and people like to discuss it, and every now and again it'll resurge again in popularity and we learn more and have information. So there's just no getting rid of Krampus. Also, you know, he's related to a goddess, so I wouldn't mess with him. If I was the church, I'd leave him alone. He sort of, in my head, he sort of looks like a sort of goat fawn, but evil with bigger horns. Probably better than mine, but you know, they're quite fabulous. We all know I'm joking, we all know what it's like from the pound shop, but I'm doing what I can. Yes, there's the festivities, and there's like parades in Germany and Austria, I believe, where they're called, bear with me because my pronunciation, called Krampus. I think I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not, and if I've offended anyone. I don't mean to. I'm just awful. But it basically means Krampus run. So it's like a parade of people that will dress up as Krampus, some really elaborate costumes, some homemade costumes, some bought costumes, and they'll all basically be their own variation of what they think Krampus looks like. And they'll sort of chase and tease spectators a little bit, like not in a harmful way, just like a silly joking way. They'll sort of chase people around and be a bit mischievous, and it usually is a lot of fun. I've actually seen a video. If anyone else has seen it, let me know, because it's hilarious, where there's like all these Krampuses around this table and this little girl in a ski outfit is just dancing on this table, and she looks like she's having the best time. I think that would be me as a child if I was ever taken to one of these parades in Germany as like a 5 or 6 year old. That would be me. That is definitely something I would do. Drive my mum insane. But yeah, so also these elf minion things, I couldn't find a definitive answer. So there's one or two ways that they're supposed to look. Now, they either look like little sort of goat, half human creatures, and some just say they look like really small people. But either way, they wear hoods with chains. Sounds a bit ominous. But in my head, because Krampus has a sort of goat-like appearance to him, I'm going to imagine them as small goat-like creatures that have hoods and chains and just look a little bit malevolent and cheeky, that can't do all that much harm and damage, but probably will peck your head and annoy you to a certain degree. Least of all annoying things is leaving the potato, but you know, if they were to start stealing my food, you would have issues. I don't eat meat, but like if they ate something else that I wanted to eat, or I did eat meat and they stole it, I'd be quite annoyed, actually. I'm a very food-orientated person, so I think if I was to get an evil elf sent to me to sort of teach me a lesson, I'd get one of the food-stealing elves. But yeah, apparently there's some that are specifically just to torment you and sort of teach you a lesson. There's some there that are going to steal your food. And there's some that just are there to sort of spy on Krampus for you, to let him know who are the good kids, who are the naughty kids. And also, it saves St. Nick a job, really, doesn't it? He doesn't have to weed out the bad ones. Krampus deals with them. St. Nick gets the good kids, and everyone's happy apart from the naughty kids. So don't be naughty, boys and girls. If you don't want potatoes in your shoes, you don't want to be beaten with birch branches or taken to hell or eaten, be good, be nice, be kind to your fellow man. Hopefully St. Nick will come to you, and if not, we're adults, so go and buy your own shit. But we don't want our things to get stolen by mischievous evil elves or beaten with birch branches. So just try and be kind to each other, even if you don't agree with people. And I know everything's the world feels like a garbage fire right now, but let's just try and bring a bit of joy into the world and remember the spirit of Krampus. You will get severely, or sort of irritatingly, punished if you don't be nice. And also, everyone loves Santa, you know. You want Santa to come. Leave him out a drink. We all know what that means when we say that. Whatever kind of drink you like. And you're like, yeah, Santa's being low, look, all the whiskey's gone. It's a win-win. So, let's hope everyone gets a visit from good old St. Nick and not Krampus. And if you have been naughty, you've been warned. You've been warned, my spooky pickles. So, You might get a potato in your shoe. You might get beaten by birch branches or dragged to hell. So just behave. Be nice to each other. I love you all, my spooky pickles. There is more Christmas themed things coming, or you should I say, because that is what it really is. And get on that soapbox and I will die on that hill in another video. Enjoy your day, my spooky pickles. I'll see you all very soon.